Freedom Gardening Seed Bank 2010. We just had a great rainstorm. I'm filling up the compost tea and I'm giving all the little babies a drink. They exploded last night. You can see just great growth. Everything's just shooting up. Looking amazing. So now that the piles are soaking wet, what I'm going to be doing, turn this off, is giving them all a good drench directly onto the leaf and into the pile. That will activate these piles, bring the mulch piles themselves back to life, and all the little babies now is their turn to absolutely take off. I want to get this bacteria down into the mulch piles because the way I designed these piles was that when it does rain, it works like a coffee pot itself and delivers the nutrient right down into the soil. So I'm giving them a big extra boost. They got all the water they're going to need for probably a week or so. Depends on what comes, but really doesn't matter. So I'm going to keep going down through these piles, even those that have not sprouted, because the whole goal of this is to get that good bacteria, the good fungus, alive and breeding to protect them. Some of the piles did not sprout at all, but I think that's because I actually might have skipped them on accident and forgot to plant them at all. But whatever. I'm doing everything I can to have a good harvest of beans, squash, and peas, and corn. Again, the goal of this compost tea is to get that living bacteria into these mulch piles. This whole section right here we planted with candy corn and giant mammoth sunflowers and the Kentucky Wonder pole beans. That's what that is there. I'm not putting a lot of tea. I'm really only putting about maybe a half a gallon in here because this is really concentrated. I did check the pH. It's at a pH of 7.2, and that's without adding any lime or anything to the mix whatsoever. So there you have it. I'm super excited. I'm going to walk through the field and take a peek because this is what a good rainstorm does overnight. Got a couple little junk mushrooms popping up. They're actually all over the place. It's kind of wild. Oh, I am so impressed with the way this is coming along. Exactly what I was hoping for. Now these I gave a compost tea to yesterday. You can see, it's kind of hard to see actually, but the veins of the plant are what's really showing a difference to me. And there's another mammoth sunflower coming up. Yeah, this is one of the piles that I gave the compost tea to yesterday. And you can, it's kind of hard to see, but the leaves have a nice lime greenish color to them. That corn is coming up real nice. And again, some of this corn that's in here is the specialty corn. Some of it's for popcorn. You just put it directly into the microwave. Some of it is sweet corn. I have some 65-day sun glow. Anyway, this is amazing. That was a strange 2-week drought spell. I think it's BP's fault. That's my own personal opinion, but whatever. Oh wow, these are so happy. These have not gotten any tea yet or anything. And I'm going to go all the way down the field over here to the one that I put the Ubel's Funeral Home stake in. Probably going to have to mow tomorrow. Wow. Okay, I showed you this just a couple days, and this pen was at the top of the corn. So as you can see, it's doubled in size from a combination of the compost tea and a nice rainstorm. This was the leaf that I put it directly on, checking for phytotoxic effects. You can see they loved it. They exploded. No burning whatsoever. Thank you, McMinns. Thank you for converting to sheep. I've been doing some research on sheep. It actually goes back all the way to Bible times about how important that animal is for farming. They don't get big enough to compact the soil. They've got a split hoof. They have 4 stomachs. They are bacteria factories. They chew their cud, they regurgitate, all kinds of really weird stuff that sounds gross, but in reality, that is what makes them such a valuable animal. I'm going to continue to promote the sheep. I am in the process of trying to get a hold of some sheep rams. I'm going to call them the Johnsonburg area rams. So this is all the Connecticut field pumpkins down here and corn. Look at this one here. Wow. And there's my hand. Oh, you can see this leaf. Those Connecticut field pumpkins are the ones that you usually get at the store for however much they go for. But those are the ones you carve into jack-o'-lanterns and all that other stuff. So everything's coming along perfectly. Jeez. That is awesome. And a corn that's just now starting out. These are going to just go nuts now. I am so happy. It has begun. Thanks.